So today, we're going to talk about the volleys, specifically the low volleys. What's the difference? A low volley is any volley below the plane of the net. It's very similar to a traditional volley, with use of the legs. Good split step, stepping out, getting behind the ball, and pushing through. But the hands are going to be a little different. You volley with the legs, not with the hands. So with my player, we'll evaluate, see what we can do, and go from there. We'll go 3 or 4 forehands, and then 3 or 4 backhands. All right, go down the line with it. So you notice from the very beginning, you get a very good split step. All right, the split step's the key. Well, if you notice also with the legs, there was no forward momentum. Once he split steps, he must step out with that outside leg and push through towards his target. That will help him create forward momentum. You can tell people that belong at the net by they volley and they keep pushing through towards the net. If they just stop there, you can tell usually they don't feel too comfortable at the net. If you look at his hands, he was playing too much in the hands, too much of a swing. Too much of a swing, you lose your control. It's more important that the ball goes back low over the net than depth in the court. Why is that? If the ball's deep but sits up, the opponent has more options on the passing shot. If the ball stays low over the net, even if it bounces short in the court, the opponent has to hit up. If the opponent hits up, you close in, you can hit down, and you can finish the point. Again, low over the net. Make sure you push through with your legs 2 or 3 steps after you volley. Good. Not quite so big, even smaller. Slightly back, perfect. Slightly back to the left. That's the idea. That's the idea, beautiful. Now push through the legs. Push through, that's the idea. Create that forward momentum. Beautiful, one more time for good luck. It's very important that once the player makes contact with the ball, the racket goes back slightly towards the right if you're a lefty, or a right-handed player slightly back towards the left. You don't want the player to manipulate the hands, swing up, slice it, hack it. No, it's very simple. It's like a catching action. You set the racket, back of the ball, and slightly back towards the left if you're a righty, towards the right if you're a right-handed player. A few more. Very small. Contact, slightly back. Very nice. Lower, aim for my knees. That's the idea. Contact and to the left. Beautiful. A little bit lower, aim for my knees. So with the forehand volley, we have the player set the racket at contact. With the backhand volley, it's the same idea, but you turn the hand over. What you don't want the player to do is take the racket up and hit the ball. Low volley is not a hitting action, it's a receiving action. So you want the player to set the racket there, contact, and slightly back to the right if they're righty, or back to the left if they're lefty. All right, here we go. Same idea with the backhand. Set the racket at contact, slightly back to the right. Follow through with the legs. Here we go. Good, more forward. That's the idea, brother. Same thing, push through. Yep. Low, very nice, that's it. Catch and back to the right. That's the idea, my friend. Low over that net. Yep. So, when we're drilling the low volley, if you notice, I had the player working on the inside out. That way the player was able to get the feeling of keeping the ball back low over the net without going too wild in the hands. Catch and back to the right. Catch, back to the left. Ball stay nice and low. So now we're adding to a little more of a realistic play scenario. The player will hit 2 volleys. First volley, low down the line, close in. Second volley will be a little bit higher, and stick the ball across court. Okay? Good, close in. 2 more. That was perfect, perfect, perfect. Same thing on the backhand side. Close in. Good. Nice and low. Good. Get a little more difficult for you. I always like to finish working on technique with open skill drilling. Open skill drilling is more realistic. Fed ball is wonderful, but every ball is usually on the player's racket. Open skill, the ball moving, balls all over the place, is more realistic to a real point. The player across the net will close in when the ball leaves my hand. They'll close in towards the ball. They'll volley to the open court, and the point will start. That was a great first volley, man. So low volleys are different than traditional volleys, and it should be drilled accordingly every day, just a few minutes each day. It's important again, guys, that the ball goes back low over the net than depth in the court. Ball goes back deep but sits up. As you saw early in the games, the passing shot player has a bigger swing to hit. Ball stays low, passing shot player hits up, he closes in and hit down the ball and finish it.